If somebody would open a talk show at night, because the guy on CBS is what a lowlife. What a lowlife. I mean, honestly, are these people funny? And I can laugh at myself. Frankly, if I couldn't, I'd be in big trouble. But there's no talent. They're not like talented people.
Trump was combative all night, interrupting panelists, steering every topic back to himself, unwilling to let anyone else hold the floor. Desi Lydic sat across from him, calm and quiet, saying little while the conversation moved through technology and cybersecurity. Then Trump turned toward her directly. He said the problem with people like her is they read jokes off a teleprompter and think it makes them smart. He told her to sit down, told her to let the adults talk, then added that his own son knew more about cybersecurity than most of the experts in the room. The moderator turned to Desi and gave her the chance to respond. She said, "First, I did sit down. That's why this is going so badly for you." The audience erupted, and in that single sentence, the entire dynamic flipped. Desi wasn't finished. She said the real issue was never young people understanding technology. The real issue was powerful families confusing access with authority, confidence with clearance, and a last name with a security badge.
News. For years now, Donald Trump has gradually been taking over the Republican Party. First, he got Ted Cruz's balls, then he took Mitch McConnell's spine, and now he's finally reached the butthole of the party, the Republican National Committee, and he's giving it a thorough cleansing.
Trump's smile faded as she kept going, calm and unwavering, saying that when public figures boast about unofficial influence inside sensitive government matters, the public has every right to ask about accountability. National security, she said plainly, isn't a family business. She continued, saying it isn't a private internship and it isn't something handed to someone simply because they live close to power. Trump tried to regain control, calling her comments ridiculous, telling her she was embarrassing herself. Desi remained unmoved, reminding him that he was the one who brought his family into the conversation. She was only responding to what he said. The exchange shifted away from personal attacks and into something far more serious. Questions about qualifications, responsibility, and public trust. Questions about whether government decisions should be based on merit or on loyalty and bloodlines.
God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. Lord Trump is the embodiment of this truth.
This is the most mean girl introduction I have ever heard. A lot of people think that you should be qualified to have a job, but here's Lara Trump anyway. Take it up with God.
Trump grew visibly frustrated, dismissing her points as lies, calling the entire exchange fake, but his frustration only made her calm demeanor stand out more. Then came the line that changed the room. Desi said, "You can't call someone a genius when it helps your argument, and then call them just a kid the moment accountability enters the conversation." For several seconds, nobody spoke. Not the moderator, not the other panelists, not even Trump. What started as a dismissive insult meant to put a woman back in her place had become a serious conversation about power and standards.
But I get why God would bless Donald Trump appointing his daughter-in-law. I mean, Jesus was the original Nepo baby. Forget a job. He started an entire religion based on, do you know who my father is? There is some truth to it. Lara is completely unqualified. Of course, that's never stopped.
Desi stayed composed through all of it, never raising her voice, never matching his aggressive tone, simply stating that the rules have to apply equally because that is the entire foundation of public trust. Trump opened his mouth to respond, searching for a comeback, but for the first time that night, he seemed unable to find his footing. The man known for dominating every room, known for interrupting and overpowering conversations with volume and repetition, had been stopped cold by someone who never once raised her voice. And the more frustrated he became, the more powerful her original point appeared. Leadership, she said, means accepting scrutiny, not avoiding it. That line landed heavier than anything shouted that night, because it wasn't emotional. It was true. The silence that followed was heavy with meaning. The kind that happens after someone says something nobody in the room can argue against. Trump had told her to sit down, expecting the conversation to end there, expecting her to shrink under the pressure of his tone and his position. Instead, from that same chair without raising her voice even once, Desi Lydic took the entire stage away from him, and everyone watching knew it. This moment mattered because it exposed something bigger than one exchange on one stage. It exposed the difference between power that demands respect and power that earns it. Trump built his entire approach that night on volume, on interruption, on the assumption that the loudest voice in the room automatically wins the argument. Desi proved that assumption wrong without raising her voice once. She didn't attack him personally. She didn't insult his family.